It's Major. But I think he can bring this back, Andre.
I think so, Gosu user. This is going to be really exciting. In the top left-hand corner, as the red Terran, it is Major. And spawning over in the bottom right, it is State. Yes. And I love the blue on this map. It looks so good with State.
And on Protoss. Like,
yes.
State.
Oh, man.
He's a genius for picking his color. He has such an eye for colors.
And you know what? It's great that you said genius because his style reminds me a lot of Genius, this Korean Protoss player. Just how clean and crisp that guy is.
His style reminds me a lot of play that would come from a genius.
Yes!
Yes.
That's exactly right. All of these puns, we are punny today. I'm so excited. We'll find out Chrono Boost being allocated to this Nexus.
I love Chrono Boost. It spins around the Nexus. It looks so pretty.
It's great.
When I see it, I want to see more of it.
Yes, and Chrono Boost, one of the most utilized spells.
Sometimes when I play Protoss, I just get so excited. I like Chrono Boost the building several times.
Several times.
Yeah, because there's like a kind of animation when you click it originally, and it looks so cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, can you constantly Chrono Boost a single place to make it look like the sundial when you constantly scan?
Yes. This is actually how I measure time as a Protoss player, too. Because some noobs, they have a game clock. But in Brood War, I didn't have a game clock.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah, Brood War, you don't have game clocks at all.
Yeah, we didn't have game clocks back then.
So do you know what you have to go off of? Gas timings.
I didn't even think clocks existed then. So we just had
Look at this! Gas first! Gas first from Terran.
another gas first from Terran.
Wow, is it going to be the same build, Michael?
If it works once, do it again.
Hey, laissez-faire, right?
Laissez-faire.
That's what I'm talking about.
Land of the free.
Land of the free, home of the brave. This is America. It's not WCS Europe. It's WCS freedom. Factory will go down momentarily. Is it going to be a Oh, Mike, it's going to be a proxy. It's going to be a proxy. This is crazy. Actually, he didn't go gas first. I was completely wrong. But whatever. Where is this factory? Where is this going down? I have no clue.
I don't know either. But State, he has 2 pylons on the right side of his base.
This looks pretty good, so we can't just walk it in there. Oh, okay.
This is
completely misread this build because I was talking like this. It's a Reaper.
Good call. I love these too.
I love Reapers as well. They get in there, do so much damage, are able to jump out and utilize their special ability. It's called Combat Drugs. Regenerate life quickly while out of combat. It's really called Combat Drugs.
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy, right?
And look, this Reaper's on fire.
This Reaper's on fire!
I don't even know if it can make it to his base. It's burning.
It can. It can. Because it moves a little bit faster than the fire. It actually helps out so well. Mothership core is being made. Nexus gets dropped. Both these players playing a very macro-centric build. What purpose is the Reaper, though? Get the Reaper out super quick? I'm not sure. Mike, throwing it over to you.
Well, I love Reapers. If I was Terran, I would make one. This one looks like it's going to go take some watchtowers. It's going to go hide in the brush.
Uh-oh.
It's going to see what's up.
Got a big shot from that Zealot. The Zealot said, Ish don't think so.
See, this is an incredibly genius move. This is why I said State was so genius. How many Protoss players do you see hide a Zealot in that brush to attack a Reaper once and then let it go?
I can tell you for certain, 100% of my games, I've never done this before. Yeah. That's what makes State such a unique player.
What's so smart about that Zealot is, if a Reaper happens to go by it while it's in the brush, it'll hit the Reaper once and then let it escape. There's nothing like it.
It's unique. It's definitely unique. And that's something that we can talk about. But what's so important about that Zealot, look at that. Look at the path that it took to get there. It's covering all of the proxy spots that would exist. Normally, you're really scared in the beginning stages. And you do that type of stuff to be comprehensively defensive. That's something that's so cool that State does, those little tiny things. From here, it's just taking his expansions, getting additional gateways, getting his robotics facility. Everything looks standard after a double gas. On the other side, this is not standard.
This is not standard at all.
What do we see?
We see another quick Widow Mine drop.
Yeah.
A bit slower than the other game.
We didn't see a Widow Mine drop last time, but we did see it in his series against Huck.
Well, we saw it last game too, just later in the game, didn't we? I swear he did at least one Widow Mine drop last game.
He might have. Now I'm just forgetting. Unfortunately, I do that sometimes. But as it stands, another command center going to be dropped down here. And this is looking kind of standard.
Yeah, he might go for that siege tank build again, though.
Oh, Photon Overcharge going to be placed down. And, oh, I love this. The Widow Mine will be able to get a lot of hits. 4 kills for that one Widow Mine. Unfortunately, State kind of blundered that attack. But Observer, on the way out, he needs to make sure that he can get it out there before the 45 seconds. I believe it's 45 seconds. No, 40 seconds has lapped, and there it goes.
That's not too bad, though. It only sets him back a tiny bit.
Would you trade 4 probes for a Widow Mine?
Well, not normally, but I'd trade 1 or 2 for a Widow Mine and be okay with that, so...
Okay, yeah. Let the first probe actually receive it. Is there ever a position where you would send hallucinated probes to take the Widow Mine hits?
Always, if I can.
Oh.
But a lot of the time, you don't have that much energy this early in the game.
That's true. Drop coming in here and gets fended off immediately. And we are trailing off in energy already.
But this push could do a lot. These sentries are moving towards his third base, and he doesn't have enough energy.
This is the Photon Overcharge timing, where his opponent has already baited the Photon Overcharge at the beginning phase, now doing a lot of damage, targeting down that one medevac. Is it going to be enough, though? Oh, he almost
got
loses
the mothership core.
Just 1 energy away from placing that Photon Overcharge. You will be able to defend this, and there it goes. Great force shields. Oh, my goodness. That was actually really cool.
But he's still going to lose his sentries, I think.
Yeah,
and
I think so,
This is a big deal to lose 3 sentries this early.
And look, State already preparing. This is the type of play he loves to do. Put down the 3rd Nexus. Is he going to be able to get it in time, though? Knowing that State is kind of behind in economy, now getting Blink +1/+1. This is the type of style we were talking about. Sentries will be surrounded. 1-2 die. But the 3rd one will live at the end. Major still has his 3rd orbital command center, and now getting stim and combat shield.
And
check this out.
State's actually going for 1-1 and Blink.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Usually when you get that quick of a robo, you transition to Colossi faster. But he's getting 1-1 and Blink and going for probably a late Colossi tech, I guess.
I've seen him do this a bunch of times on this map in particular. And a lot of times he does do actually both of them at the same time, but he gets a lot of gateway units. He actually gets Archons and High Templars to defend and also put aggression on his opponents, and then that's when he transitions into his Colossus count. So we're not going to see Colossus for quite a long time. He's going to build up in this gateway count to just prepare to defend. And that's why. Just think of how long he's not getting AoE. Okay, we're going to watch that, and that's the most important thing, because if Major recognizes this build, then he'll be able to say, well, let's just do an SCV all-in. Korean Terrans would be able to decimate this build.
But State can gain a pretty good advantage if there's not an SCV pull pretty soon.
Yeah, he can. He can. And it's because he just has the right composition at all time, and he's defensive. Right? Getting up to 3 base this early, normally the Nexus is placed at 12 minutes. His Nexus is already finished before 12 minutes. It's a big, big difference. And it kind of punishes players like Major who like to get this early 3rd base. Now, you would think, yeah, Major gets the 3rd base, it equalizes. No, the gas timings are probably the most important PvT, and especially getting a surplus of gas in the early stages allows you to bank that up and just splurge on High Templars and a lot of Colossus at the same time.
This bio timing could be pretty big, though.
Oh, yeah.
All State's units are out of position.
Drop going down in the main base, depowering 2 gateways, and meanwhile, a big attack at the 3rd base. State, will he be able to defend this? Targeting down the Nexus. Sentries with Guardian Shield are coming into play, but Major just has too many units, focusing down the Nexus, now kiting the rest of the units. This looks so easy for Major.
Yeah, now State's actually in kind of a bad position.
Oh,
his
very
AoE
bad.
tech is delayed, and now his 3rd base has died.
Yep, and now Major realizing that he has to go now, realizing that he can't let his opponent just take his Nexus willy-nilly. He did the perfect timing against State to really punish his build. And also, all the beginning stages, there was not nearly as much... Wait, what's going on? Oh, SCV pull, Mike! SCV pull. This is taking advantage of the very low AoE count that we are experiencing 13 minutes into the game. But he definitely needs to go before this 2-2 finishes up, and I think he will. Oh.
State only has 1 Colossus out right now.
Yep.
And that's not that much AoE against
that
his
is
bio.
Barely anything. And remember, the sentries barely have any
and
energy.
no Photon Overcharge
Oh,
either.
will he be able to do it? Nice force field. He should be able to just back out, though.
He doesn't have another set of force
Oh, no,
fields.
he's going for it. He's going for it. Targeting down the medevac will be able to pick off a lot of units. Colossus is targeted down there, but it's not going to be enough. Will Major keep going for this? That's the big question. Another Colossus has already popped out, so things are actually looking really good. Where are the Vikings? There are no Vikings out near this army. 2 now being in production. Is this going to be too much, though? Mike?
I think that State can defend this, maybe.
Yeah, I think so too. 2-2 has already finished. Blink is up. Zealots are being warped in. Reinforcements are getting shut down by Major. And it looks like the supply difference isn't that large anymore. Oh, Colossus gets picked off. So that's going to be an exchange for those Marauders and none of those medevacs.
Still, I don't think Major's in the worst position. His 2-2 is finishing up, which will equalize the upgrades, and there's no more Colossi left.
Yeah, and if we look at the income tab, 58 to 65. How does Major still maintain a worker advantage? That blows my mind, Mike.
Yeah, he poses SCVs. State probably is thinking that he's in a good economic position right now.
But
he's
is
actually
so wrong.
not in that good of an economic position compared to Major.
Yeah, Major's looking just so good. 2-2 timing, another one coming
And he's
in
actually
here.
affording Ghost at the same time as
That's
doing
insane.
that SCV pull attack.
That's insane. And remember that SCV pull, like, it actually gives him a lot of gas because he's not pulling the gas ones. He's just pulling the mineral ones for the most part and then resupplying the gas. Now he has a big bank and he can splurge. He's up to 900 gas. This actually helps out so much as you defend against the transitions that Protoss can do. Not a big fan of this SimCity of barracks, though. Look at this.
Yeah, it's not the best, but luckily the units can still get out of the top there.
Yeah. What worries me is like War Prism Harass, but Mike, I don't even think we will get to War Prism Harass because guess who's coming in for round number 2?
Yep, it's Major, and this one's going to be a lot harder to hold up than the last one. There's actually a bunch of Vikings on the field this time. Those will deal with these 2 Colossi pretty quickly, and there's not too many Stalkers to protect them. There's about 7 or 8. Well, now he's warped in some more, but he still has a couple of force fields. We'll have to see. Major did not execute that attack as well as he could have last time.
I agree. I mean, lifting up was very unnecessary, but now targeting down the Colossus, small pack of units will go across. Is this going to be enough? EMP will be used against the Blink Stalkers, and it looks like the bio is just going to run through because there are no more Colossus alive. Only gateways, but there are a surprising amount, 11 gateways out on the field. Charge is not finished, though. That is a brutal hit right now to State. He's not going to be able to accurately do damage against the rest of these units, and only 1 Colossus is going to join the field, although all these units are pretty low, but the consistent rally of units from Major should be enough to just overwhelm him. And here it comes in. I don't think we're going to see State in this game much longer as Major looks to be taking a 2-0 victory in Challenger League.
Yep, and I think it just came down to State not having enough AoE quick enough.
Yeah.
And his unit count was also very low. Losing that third hurt him a lot. This ability gave him quick upgrades, but not the unit count he needs to defend these kind of attacks.
Yeah, what he's looking to do is just defend against small harasses and not looking to defend against large armies. But Major actually had a quite large army because he went a lot of barracks super early, and even his first barracks was a reactor and not a tech lab. Normally you'll get a tech lab just to get stim super fast so you can maintain that 10-minute push, but you don't have a lot of power behind it. GG gets called. Major will take the series.